Okay, we're going to begin Unit 4, Introduction to Consumer Credit, and talk about a little bit about how credit affects your borrowing power, and once you borrow money, some different scenarios and situations on how you make repayment of that credit. But first, let's look at an example. Example 1 says, Heather wants to purchase an electric guitar. The price of the guitar with tax is $2,240. If she can save $90 per month, how long will it take her to save up for the guitar? That one seems pretty straightforward. If this is the purchase price and this is what she's saving per month, to find out how many months it will take to save up for that, you just simply divide 2,240 divided by 90, which would be around 24.9 months. So it's going to take her about 25 months to save for that for the guitar. So that was pretty straightforward. Just take the dollar amount, divide by how much you can save each month, and it'll tell you how many months it takes. Let's get into some that are a little bit more challenging than that. Heather speaks to the salesperson at the music store, who suggests that she buys the guitar on the installment plan, so she can buy it now on credit and then have to pay it back. For the installment plan, an installment plan basically is a plan where you pay off a certain amount every month, but it requires a 15% down payment. Whatever's left over, plus an additional finance charge, is paid back on a monthly basis for the next 2 years. The monthly payment is $88.75. What is the finance charge? So the benefit of buying this guitar on the installment plan is, rather than waiting until she saves up enough money, she can have the guitar now and just make a monthly payment. But like I said, there's a 15% down payment, and in addition to what she's paying for the guitar, she also has to pay a finance charge, which is a fee for borrowing the money and getting used to the guitar now. So first we need to find the down payment. The question is, what is the finance charge? Well, we need to find the down payment, 15% of 2,240. So multiply 2,240 by 0.15. That gives you the amount of the down payment. So she is making this payment towards the guitar. Okay, so she's paying that right now at the time of purchase. She now has 2 years to make up monthly payments of $88.75. 2 years, 24 months. The sum of the monthly payments is found by, of course, multiplying the number of payments, 24, by the monthly payment amount. So 24 months times the monthly payment amount would be $2,130. So this is what she's going to pay over the course of the 24 months. This plus the down payment is the total of what she's going to pay over the course of the 2 years. The down payment that she's making now, plus her monthly payments that added up to $2,130. So the total cost is $2,466. To find the finance charge, you simply need to subtract the total cost to Heather from what the price of the guitar was. Well, the price of the guitar was $2,240, and she's paying $2,466. Remember, this includes the down payment and the finance charges. She has to pay a little bit extra to purchase the guitar now. So the amount of finance charges, take what she's paying in total minus what the price was of the guitar, equals $226. So that's what she has to pay extra in order to purchase the guitar now, rather than waiting and buying it once she saves up enough money. All right, Carpet King is trying to increase sales and has instituted a new promotion. All purchases can be paid on an installment plan with no interest as long as the total is paid in full within 6 months. There is a $20 minimum monthly payment required. Okay. If the Schuster family buys carpeting for $2,134 and makes only the minimum payment for 5 months, how much will they have to pay in the 6th month? Okay, so they're purchasing this on credit, and the purchase price is $2,134. So they're going to receive a bill every month, and it's going to say minimum payment amount is $20. They can pay more than that, but they have to pay at least $20. So they're saying if that's all they pay every month for the first 5 months, in the 6th month, the total has come due. So what would they owe in the 6th month if they only make the minimum payment? Okay, well, this is a common business practice today. It's almost like a discount, except instead of saving money off the purchase price, the customer saves the finance charge. Because as long as they pay it off within 6 months, then they don't have to pay any interest. Right there. No interest as long as it's paid off in 6 months. If the Schuster pays $20 for 5 months, they will have paid a total of $100. To see what they're going to owe in the 6th month, simply subtract that from the purchase price, which was $21.34. So $21.34 minus the $100 they paid over the 5 months would be $2,034. So they don't have to pay this off in the 6th month. However, if they do not, at that point, they're going to start getting a finance charge. So as long as they pay it off within 6 months, there was no finance charges. But if they don't pay it off within 6 months, whatever's left over is going to start getting a finance charge. All right. So here's one that's pretty easy. Credit score. Your credit score is basically how trustworthy you are if someone extends you credit, what your history has been as far as repaying back or paying back any credit that anybody's given you. Credit scores change as new data about a person's credit becomes available. FICO scores higher than 700 usually means it's a good credit rating. Anything above 770 is excellent, and anything below 600 is considered a risk. So as you attain credit cards, car loans, house loans, that information, your credit history is recorded and you're scored on that. Look at this situation. Mike has a credit rating of 720. This means that he's pretty reliable. Anytime he's been extended credit, he's pretty much paid back as he promised he would. Tyler has a credit rating of 560. Tyler has not paid back the funds as promised, and it's reflected in his credit score. So this is Mike's, and this is Tyler. Mike and Tyler both apply for an identical loan from Park Bank. Mike is approved for a loan at 5.2% interest, and Tyler is approved for a loan that charged 3% higher because his credit score was lower. So what's the interest rate Tyler is charged? Well, if Mike is at 5.2, you just add 3 to that to get 8.2, and that's pretty simple. But the point here is that as your credit score changes, so will things like your cost of credit, which is the interest rate. When you go to borrow money, the higher your credit score, the more trustworthy you are, then the lower the interest rate you're probably going to get. And the lower your credit score, which means you're not very trustworthy when it comes to credit, they're going to charge you for that in the form of a higher interest rate. So credit scores, very important. Okay, that is assignment 25.